So, as I was thinking about the role we play in helping people change as macro level practitioners, I got to thinking about an image that I'm sure a lot of us have seen of three people at a baseball game. And it shows the idea of equality versus equity. And one thing that kind of stands out about this picture is that the idea in the beginning is the first picture represents equality. Now I'll go ahead and attach this if you haven't seen it so you can kind of have this a visual. But it talks about the idea that everyone is believed to benefit if they're giving the same support. So everyone gets a box. Now the people are three different heights. Now one person can see over the fence really well, one can barely see over, one person still can't. Then it kind of shows the idea of equity is where the shortest person gets two boxes, the person that's the middle size gets one, and that way everybody can now see over the fence. So I found actually an image online that I thought was pretty interesting because it really highlighted to me what our macro level work does and is for. And in this picture, no one has a box, but the fence is gone. So it kind of shows that part of what we do is we work to address at the macro level how those inequalities are created, where those inequities come from, and we work to kind of remove those systemic barriers that are in place that kind of don't allow people to necessarily reach the goals that they have for themselves. So I was kind of thinking that that's kind of the way I view macro level practice is working to remove those barriers that don't allow people to achieve goals and be successful. I think when we think about macro level work, we really have to think about our role as kind of a facilitator in that process in a little bit different way than we think about our work in direct practice. So I kind of think about facilitation as being this part where we help people kind of understand the inequalities and equities that are in society, and then we work to help them create internal change and then use that internal change to go kind of into the big picture. So, thinking about it from a community standpoint and kind of everything that's going on in the world right now, maybe we help someone understand what it means to be a refugee and kind of how that impacts their lives. And then as we kind of help someone understand and kind of create this compassion, then hopefully the goal is that they go out and then advocate for refugee rights. That's kind of my thinking is that we have to do two things in macro level work. One is to remove systemic barriers that create inequalities and inequities, and two, work more as a facilitator to help people understand and kind of create this drive for internal change that they then use to go out and create macro level change at a different level.